Okay, hello YouTube friends. This is a Woodtrick pump jack. I built it probably about a year ago out of a kit from Woodtrick. If you build one of these, be sure and take a lot of time with the nail file, filing off all the little burrs. Use the paraffin to lube the gears. Take your time, build it slowly, otherwise it simply will not work. But it was powered by rubber bands. You could wind it up about 100 turns and it would run for a minute, maybe 45 seconds, something like that. A lot of racket. So it's been around a while now, and I thought about trying to run it with a model steam engine, but that would get pretty hard on it. If anything ever got bound up, it would break it. So I had a motor I bought for another little project. It's a 25 RPM 3-volt motor. There you can see it. It's you can get them for probably $4 or $5 on eBay at various RPMs. Well, this is a 25 RPM motor. You can get 35, 50, 150. So this is one I just had. 25 RPMs ain't bad. 35 would probably be just about right. And then I've got the battery box. You can get, I think you can get about 3 of those for $10 with a switch. Takes 2 AA's. So I just wired the battery box onto the motor. I cut out the fence and it made the motor, it just fit perfect. And I happen to have a pulley for the motor shaft that fit the motor shaft. That's the tricky part. Trying to find something that'll fit that shaft. And I just super glued it to that wheel right there that normally the rubber band would be turning. That turns everything else. What's really surprised me about the whole thing is how quiet it is. It makes virtually no noise. The motor has a little bit of a whine, but evidently it's not under much of a load. My wife pointed out one reason it's probably so quiet is because of those soft wooden gears. No noise there. That thing can be running in your living room or your bedroom or in your office or anything, you would never even know it. I put a little paint on it, just did that today on some of the points that would not pivot. You can't paint too much of it unless you do it while you're building it, which would be pretty hard. But it could be done. So I just painted what I could paint that wouldn't mess up the pivots. Gives a little bit more visibility. But it's really cool. I'm pleased with the way it turned out. And that motor will probably run for days on those 2 AA batteries. It's hard to say how long the pump jack will run. It has toothpicks for axles on all those spinning gears. Everything moving, it pivots on toothpicks. But I don't see a lot of wear. But the motor will run for a long time on the batteries, and the motor itself will probably run longer than most of us will live. I'm just guessing. Those old things just don't quit. So it's a nice little Woodtrick pump jack, modified a little bit to run on a battery for a desk toy. Put a little paint on it. It's turned out really good. So there's another picture of the tricks that I put on the Woodtrick. Battery box fits perfect right there. Kind of hid my wires. Little eBay 25 RPM motor. Figure out a way to attach it to the wheel there that the rubber band's turned. And you're in business with a Woodtrick pump jack that'll run for a long time. Thanks for watching.